In this activity, we're going to continue on with our VPN setup, and we are going to create our VPN connection and test to see if we're able to access it. Here we are in our environment. We have server DM1 set up as a VPN server, and first thing we want to do is create a user account on this machine that we can use to test our VPN. So for that, I'm going to go back here to Server Manager, Tools, and Computer Management. Inside of Computer Management, I'm going to go to Local Users and Groups, Users, right-click, New User, and I'll create a user called VPN Test 1 with a password of password01. Going to uncheck must change password, and I will also check cannot change password. And create and close. Once that's done, I'm going to double click VPN Test 1, and under the dial-in section of VPN Test 1's properties, I see I have a section here called Network Access Permissions, and I want to allow access. Once I've set that, I will go ahead and say OK and minimize computer management. At this point, my VPN Test 1 user is now allowed to VPN into this machine. So now we can go over to Server SA1. And on Server SA1, it says first thing I should do is right-click on the Start menu, go to Network Connections. Come over to Change Adapter Options. And Ethernet 0, I want to right-click on it and say Disable. Basically, I want to take this machine off of my corporate domain and move it onto my fictitious internet. At the same time, it says to double check that Ethernet 1 has the correct IP address. And so I'm going to come in, right-click Ethernet 1, TCP/IP v4, and I see 172.31.0.101. Great. Now I need to set up my VPN connection. So the network icon down here on the lower right-hand side of the taskbar, if I left-click on that, try that again, left-click, Network and Internet Settings, I should be able to, on the left-hand side here, I can see I have the VPN tab, so I will select that, and then I want to click Add VPN Connection. Here in the VPN connection, my provider is going to be a built-in Windows provider. I will create a connection. I will call this Test VPN. And then my server name is going to be 172.31.0.240. I will go ahead and leave VPN type to automatic. And then type of sign-in, username and password. I can type those here. If I leave them blank, it will prompt me when I try to connect. So go ahead and save. And now I have my test VPN. If I click on it, I can click connect. And it will now ask me for the password. The password specifically is server dm1 /VPN test 1. And a password of password01. And OK. And after a few seconds, it should say connected. And so we have our VPN connection. Go ahead and click connect. So let's, excuse me, let's forget my sign-in info. Connect. The connection, sign-in is server dm1 /test VPN1, and the password, password01, and OK. I typed in the wrong password. Server dm1 /VPN test 1, password 01, and now it shows connected. And lastly, we want to confirm that we are now able to communicate. So let's go to the command prompt. I want to do an IP config, and I will see for Ethernet 1, I now have an IP address, excuse me, I have my original IP address, 172.31.0.101. But then for my test VPN, I have a different IP address called, in this case, 10.99.0.5. Yours may be different. I can also, at this point, ping server dc1.az800.corp and this network connection is going from server SA1 to server DM1 and back into server DC1 to then respond back from it. If I log into server DM1 and I look at my remote access clients, I should now see server DM1 VPN test as an authenticated account.